In this lesson, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about recording live audio. Basically, in order to record good quality live audio into Logic Pro, you need an audio interface. So this is an external piece of equipment that's plugged into the Mac. Usually it's plugged in via a USB cable, but they can come in Firewire and Thunderbolt, but I'm using a Focusrite 2 in 2 out Scarlett, which has just got two inputs on the front of it. So I'll just show you how to set up your preferences. First things first, you need to go to your system preferences. So we're going to go to search bar and we're going to go system preferences, and we'll go to sound. And then what you want to do is you want to set your output to your interface, which is here, Scarlett 2i2 USB, and you want to set the input to the same thing, Scarlett 2i2 USB. Okay, so I've got mine set to something different because I need to, but that's what you do, Scarlett 2i2 USB, same thing there. Once you've done that, you're going to go to Logic Pro, Preferences, Audio, and you're going to do the same thing. You set your output device to Scarlett 2i2 USB there, and the input, same thing. So I'm doing something slightly different, but that's what you'd need to do. Okay, so on the front of your interface there'll be a headphone jack. So I'll just show you my one. My one's got a headphone jack. That's where I plug my headphones in, and the knob just directly above it controls the headphone volume. Because we changed the sound in the system preferences, every bit of audio, including anything from YouTube or the internet or anything, it's all being routed into your audio interface. If you want to hear out of a pair of speakers, you'd need to connect up speakers in the via the back, the outputs 1 and 2 of your interface. So you'd have one cable coming out of this output going into one speaker, and then one coming out of output 2 going into your other speaker. You don't need speakers though, you can do it through headphones. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just recording this through headphones, so I'm listening to my own voice through headphones. You plug your headphones into the headphone jack, and then you just control via the volume control directly above. So the monitor level, that would be for your speakers. But if you're not using any speakers, it's not going to do anything. But if you were using speakers, that's what the monitor would do. It would turn that up. So a couple of other bits. So here are our two inputs. So this is XLR and jack. So you just plug the jack into the middle of it, or XLR takes up the full circumference of it. And then each input has a gain control by assigned to it. So you plug in your microphone to input 1, and then you control the gain inputs via this knob here. So good thing to do is just to turn it all the way down to 0, and then you can speak into it and turn it up slowly, and you get a nice healthy green level, and you'll get a meter input by the track in Logic as well. So to set up a track in Logic, you hit the plus, audio, and then you'd select input 1 if you're plugged into input 1. If you're plugged into input 2, you'd select input 2, and then you'd hit create. I'm not going to do that because I've already done that. Once you've done that, you need to click this button here, which is input monitoring, and that will mean that you can hear yourself. And make sure you've got a nice healthy green level on your gain. If it's a microphone or a guitar or something, or a jack lead, make sure you switch this to instrument. I'm using a condenser microphone as well, so I need to switch on this button here. So it says 48V, so it gives an extra 48 volts of power. This is called phantom power. So that's what that does. It's if you've got a condenser mic, they need a bit of extra power. So you switch that switch on, and then you'll be able to use your microphone. So different types of microphones. You've got dynamic microphones like Shure SM58s. They are the ones that are popularly used by singers in live settings. But for recording and studio stuff, for vocals, you'd really want to use a condenser microphone. You don't need phantom power if it's a dynamic microphone because they're not as powerful. Okay, so I've got 2 inputs on my interface, and my second one I've got my guitar plugged in. So I'm going to create a new audio track by hitting plus. This time I'm going to hit input 2, create, and now my guitar's plugged in. I'm just going to give it a little strum. There we go. So I've got a nice healthy level there. So that's good. I'm not if the level of the input was hitting red, it means I'm clipping, so it might see if I strum really loud, you can see the meter level getting more yellowish. It didn't go red, so that's fine. I wouldn't normally play that loud anyway. In fact, I'll call this guitar, and I'll change the icon. Control click over here, and we'll go to guitar, and we'll just select a nice electric guitar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit audio effects, amps and I'm going to give myself a little guitar amp to work with. So this is the default amp that appears. So we can select a different model here. So I'm going to select, let's go boutique retro combo. So it's good to just have a look through all these and just browse through. Cool. Let's try a different one. British combo. Yeah, that sounds nice. So we'll leave that. And I'm going to add one more thing onto this. So we can do as many audio effects as we want. So just underneath it, click, and I'm going to go to amps and pedals, and I'm going to give myself a pedal board. So we've got loads of pedals here. So if we hover our mouse over, it will give us a bit of information. So we've got a drive. Let's try this one. Bit trebly, that sound. I might actually go back to my amp and just choose something else. We can actually alter the controls here. So for any guitarists out there, you just control. I'll take this treble down a bit. It's a bit trebly for me. Turn the reverb. I like a lot of reverb. So reverb just makes it sound like it's in a bigger space, basically. So that's giving it loads of reverb. Sounds like you're playing in like a big hall somewhere, and I'll turn it all the way down. It just sounds like you're playing somewhere smaller. So that amount of reverb's quite good. Turn it up a touch. Okay, let's go back to our pedal board. Just double click. Okay, and let's see if we can find something decent to work with. Yeah, that sounds a bit better to me. So that's my distortion unit. So I'll just double click on this. It's just like an actual pedal board. So distortion gives you that rock sound. Turn that off. I'm going to give myself a couple of different pedals. I want a few options. So I've got my distortion sound. So we'll go for a chorus sound. So chorus gives you this. I'll turn it up a bit more. Gives you that 80s sort of guitar tone. Let's try and get a delay pedal in here as well. So delay is different. Delay is basically like echo. So let's use this. No, I won't use it. I'll use the blue echo. So this is a delay pedal. So it gives you a repeat of what you've just played. So we can turn that down. We'll turn the repeats down a bit. So it's quite high. Yeah, we'll turn the time down a bit. The time was okay. Maybe turn the mix down a bit. Yep, that'll do. Let's turn this on. Okay, so I've got a nice guitar tone.